Hey, everybody. Yes, we are jumping back in with another round of Journals of Jyggalag. It worked for us the last time out. It allowed us to get through about a couple hours worth of play pretty stable. I mean, it crashed once right at the very beginning, but that was it. So we're jumping back in. We're going to go and we are going to head on over to Solitude. I think that's where I decided I was going to go. Head on over to Solitude and check out our available companions there, and then move on over to Whiterun. So let's get stuck in. And remember, what I say here is I like to get in these lists and at least get about 10 hours in if I can to get a true feeling of how the list is playing, how it feels. I mean, some lists, and a lot of times, yeah, you can get kind of an understanding of whether you like the list or if it's for you within the first couple of hours. And in some lists, you like, oh, I love this, and then But to be fair, you really do need to get your hands on it and be able to, say, okay, I gave it a fair shot. If it won me over, it won me over. If it didn't, it didn't, but I gave it a fair shot to see. Obviously, with the makeup of the game, how it works, and everything like that, you're still not going to get or do everything or get even a full taste of, say, 1/4 to a half of what the game is going to present you just from 10 hours, right? But at least you get a good feeling. And it's time, and in that time, it really allows you to, one, really kind of sink into the character, right? Let the character grow on you. Then it also kind of gives you a feel of the world and how the world is working and the NPCs in that world. So that's what we're doing. So if you like this kind of contact, right? Content that's more relaxed, casual, we are we slow play. We slow play just about everything. So if that's the kind of content you like, definitely leave a like, comment, let me know if you've tried this list. Has the list scared you with the total amount of mods, the size of the download? And, look on over there, hit that subscribe button. It truly helps out the channel and it helps bring more content like this to you. Okay? So we're going to sit back, relax, and just jump back in here and make our way on over to Solitude. So once again, thanks for joining. Now, that's the other. Now, we did have one issue before, and I'm still looking to try to resolve that. And be honest with you, I'm going to try to resolve it through whatever means is presented in the game itself. So if we find that we're just not able to level, even though we are doing the things that is required for leveling, as at this point, there is one thing I can do is go into the survival control panel, and instead of leaving it as defaulted, I can push it one way or the other. Basically enable it or disable it. And then I think that will either force the game to allow me to just go into the menu or go up into the skills and just level up as I see fit, or it will make it so that I have to sleep in order to level. So we will take a look at that once that comes up for us. Let's go ahead and talk to this guy. It should be right at the beginning of the day for us. Oh, that's right. We still have to look at figuring out how to get rid of that idol, that cold idol. I personally just honestly can't stand it. It really irks me to no end. I just want to look at this one again. It's even better. See now, okay, yeah, we should be cold. You know what I mean? I mean, technically we should be cold because, but we turned that off, or at least we thought we did. Okay, so right off the bat, we said we were going to do a few things. So let's get to it real quick here. And now I may have to look into one of these to see. Oh, I did want to check that out. I just want to see what this offers. Doesn't offer anything that I really find helpful, so not really worried about it. I am still taken aback by the whole pronouns thing. Not sure that is actually required in this, but let's see. Where is it? Survival. Where are you? Survival control panel. Alright, so main. Alright, so sleep to level up. We can disable it, or we can always enable it. I think right now I want to disable it. Okay. And once we do that, I want to come on over here and then hit that. Boom. All right. So this will at least allow us to level up for the time being. All right. Okay. So let's go down here. I think. All right. Where's archery? I think we're only going to get a couple in there. And then right off the bat, boom. All right, did it hold? That's one thing too. Sometimes you'll notice it doesn't hold for you. And what I mean by that is you'll try to level and you'll put the points in there, but it doesn't allow it, right? Now, my concern here is, do you see the maxes? So I would want to get in here and elevate those, because the cap that it puts on it is, in my opinion, not really reasonable. All right, that's. Now, I only have 2 perk points. I am actually, because of my playstyle, I am heavily into smithing. So, and then we're going to improve our defenses, right? Our light armor. So, right off the bat, we're going to do that. Now, again, my thing is, when you put these caps on there, you saw when we went in there, we couldn't add another 5 points to smithing. We couldn't add another 5 points to, if I'm not mistaken, it was light armor. So that made it so that it's like, why? What was the restriction? What's governing that? And that's something I'd want to look at and say, no, there shouldn't be a restriction there. Now, I understand, yeah, there should be there will be a limit, but the limit shouldn't be so tight and so small. Because the next time we level up, what if it only allows me to go 2 more? Right? And then so now I can't even get to the very next level needed in order to improve that skill. So that's another thing. Again, there's also the whole idea um behind the oh, I just lost my train of thought there. I was just thinking, oh, yes, the number of perk points or skill points that we start with, right? I still think there should be an additional 3 to 6 uh, points to start.
Looking to
All right.
hire a boat?
Yes, I am.
Where you headed?
I'd like to go to Solitude,
Climb on in the
please.
boat and get comfortable.
All right, thank you. So now, I picked Solitude just because I always go to Wyndham. So I picked Windhelm. So I decided Solitude this time for another reason is to test the stability. Windhelm is going to test it also, but I think Solitude has a little bit more going on there. So it really is going to put it through the paces. And that will let us know what we have to look forward to as we travel about. So we'll see here. Again, both cities will give us a decent amount of of cold opportunity. So we're still cold, but
Damn
we
Stormcloak rebels. Every one of them.
all right. So potatoes there, salt pile there. Now you can see this is where we're at, and then so again, this is not actually what I was expecting. Ooh, there's another chart right over there, but this wasn't totally what I was expecting. And what I mean by that is, so we're looking around at the crates and we're looking at the docks here. There's usually a ship moored here. Not that one, but another ship. But then you can see over here, there's another set of docks over there. Usually so that tells me something's a little bit different here, right? Something's changing things up. I'm gonna come in here. You see this sausage hanging out there? That kind of tells me, yeah, there's things going on here. I'm gonna take this guy. I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna take that one down. Gold, pick, green dress. That's the top one. The apple wheel. I don't know if I'm gonna keep picking those because we've already seen that it doesn't provide any true value food wise. Take the tomatoes. Is there salt in there? Yep. Alright. Now, here's the funny thing, and I can't tell if that is that you can see that green cheese wheel? I can't tell if that I think it'll be red if it was stealing. But I'm not gonna chance it right now. We just got here. And you can see the stability. That's what I'm calling it. Is a little bit not there. Right? Now, these crates here are not vanilla. And I personally I get a little disappointed in a sense when because one is I like the attempt, right? You can see down here that this stretches on even further than normal, right? So I like the attempt. What it's telling me is that what we have attempted to do. Now, these ships that are moving and sailing in and out of the bays of the areas is cool. literally, it is cool, but my issue would be, do I want to trade performance and stability for that? Remember, everything you do and add, you're trading something for another. So when I add in more moving parts, more things, like even the cold, even the survival stuff, you are trading something, stability, performance, you know, for, FPS, whatever, to have those additional things in there. When I add in more NPCs and companions and the ability to have more with me than just the one, then I'm trading for that as well. So it's not just as simple as just saying, okay, yeah, we'll see. So right now, there's a lot of stuttering. I mean, you can get past it, and it's not going to prevent you from moving forward in your game. It's just inconvenient and kind of annoying. Now, the suspicious captain, at some point, something's going to happen, and she'll have dialogue. Right now, she doesn't. So we're just checking the crates. The reason I'm checking them is to see if this is the ship and what we can expect. So back to my whole point about the lootable crate. All right, so those are not vanilla, but the game does try to give you lootable crates. So it is trying. The problem is what we're getting is just kind of when you see the actual vanilla crates that are being updated by the mods that I added, the lootable crates mods that I've added, there's actually valuable stuff in there. And then I haven't looked for to identify if this is just dynamic things. Dynamic things mod, I do not like. I don't care for it. Because it doesn't do, because it just does what you kind of just expect. So what it does is it makes these items now dynamic, but it doesn't fill them with anything worthwhile. So yeah, you can walk up to them and basically it will put clutter into these items. So you can get a roll of paper, you can get charcoal, you can get plates, bowls. Occasionally in the barrels you'll get food items. But here it's either going to just make them accessible and empty, or it's just going to put clutter in there. And that kind of defeats the whole purpose of why you did this mod, why you added the mod. And now I added the mod. I'm a little turned around here. We got here somehow. So you can see this is a major change here. And then, so even if I go this way, everything that's lootable is just going to be clutter. Right? And then, so yeah, this was the one thing I was looking at just to see exactly here what has changed, what has been modified. So we come up here. Now this farm, as long as, and I can't tell yet. This is added. This is not vanilla. This has been added. Same here with this outhouse. But these, you can see, and this is how you know what's vanilla and not vanilla at this point. So we're gonna take the gold, we're gonna take the cheese curds. I'm gonna take that, right? So those two are vanilla. There's a crate usually over here. It's empty though. And then there's one crate here. And then there's the two crates here. That one's empty. That one doesn't really have it. Girl's great dress. We'll take that. We'll get the Blue Mountain flower. Yep. And that's all the vanilla stuff that usually you'll find here. And again, so that's it there. And then for me, in the beginning stages, right, I'm prepping. This is all prep. This is all in preparation for getting out into the wilderness, getting out into, and I don't want to go out there unprepared with nothing. This is not vanilla. The cool part, and then here is, it adds in some working stuff. Like I got a cooking pot, I can use that. You know, as long, ooh, that cupboard. We're still cold. I can come in here, but you see the vanilla, the non-vanilla stuff here. Like, to me, it's like, as much as I want there to want all these things to be lootable in the game, right, and not just set pieces, it's kind of, to me, almost like a simple smack in the face. Yeah, I know you wanted it lootable, but guess what? We're just putting junk in. And it's like, well, keep it. You know what I mean? Keep it. You didn't do me any favors, you know? You didn't make it. All right, so it's like, I don't know. It's like, well, guess what? All right, so it's lootable now. And that becomes a disappointment. All right, so let's go down here. So once again, I said Blue Mountain flower, wheat. That should get us restore health. Okay. Blue Mountain flower, and I don't know that I have any of the other things that I would normally use to mix it with. So what I like to do is at least test it against things that I have in my inventory, right? Just to see what does work and what doesn't, right? This is fortify health with the giant's toe, which isn't bad. I mean, it'll come in handy. And then what I'm doing is things that I think might actually work, but can't remember if they work. But right now, I don't believe I have anything in my inventory that actually mixes, which is kind of sad. Yeah, that is kind of sad. Oh. We'll go ahead and add those two. So we got fortify health down for sure. Oh shoot, it got real dark, real late. Oh frick. All right. So what I do here, and there might be a mod in here that has a dynamic timescale. I don't know, but I set the timescale to 8. I want my day to last longer. I don't want time to just fly by because of how much I'm doing, and like I said, I'm doing such a slow play. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get inside here. They're probably gonna still have the execution going, and we're just gonna get into the end. I'm not worried about the execution. We've seen it multiple times, and
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Ricker. If not, just keep your nose clean.
let's see what's going on here. I think we're very close to leveling up, if not already leveled. And that would just come from discovering these areas and creating those potions. Yeah, so I'm kind of curious as to what Solitude is going to look like, what changes have been made to it. There are mods in here that are updating, you know, pretty much every piece.
Tell them he didn't do it.
My lantern doesn't do much.
Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
Now, what I do like is
You
the added
betrayed us.
flora.
You should tell her her uncle is scum and betrayed his high king. Best she know now.
You're all hard, Vivian.
Rogver, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torrig. By opening that gate for Ulfric,
Oh
you
my
betrayed
gosh.
the people of Solitude. He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Torrig. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords.
Boo!
On this day, I go
Is
to
that ours?
Sovngarde.
That just came on like that? I didn't turn it on. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Holy cow! I know, you're like, what is he doing? What's he doing is he's stocking up. Future.
Some
Future.
safeguard you are.
Alright. Now that our what's the name is working, we can take a moment before we actually go lay down flat at it. You just open up the I can do this real quick. Alright, so we're gonna come over here. You can see more soap. Like I said, this soap thing, man, is a thing. Okay? So we can get that, grab that. We're not gonna steal anything. Carry weight, we're good, but look at this.
I've got
Boom,
weapons
boom.
forgiven and armor forgotten.
Another necklace of water breathing. Vagrant robes, minor conjuring. We're gonna take the cards. We'll take that. That. Gold necklace. Another water breathing.
All
another
this standing around is rubbish.
So yeah, we're
We
gonna
should be taking the fight to the Stormcloaks.
exactly right. Take the
Arms
fight.
and armor, forged by a master craftsman.
Okay, so these crates. So again, we'll take that one. We'll take the fine clothes. None of this other stuff. We don't wanna chance it. So this crate over here. Oh, nice. Alright. Alright, I'm fatigued. Alright. Minor. Hey, speaking of, right? Hey, yeah, okay, yeah, peace. I got 8 necklaces of, where's my daggone rings? There it is. What's the foot pad do? You're 10%, all right, and stamina. Okay, so how many rings can we wear? Remember, we have unlimited number of rings that can be worn. We will not wear an unlimited amount. Okay, that's just not gonna happen. So the question is, how many? So we have 10 fingers and 10 toes. We're not wearing it. But way I see it is 8 is the number that I came up with. That, oh no, where'd what's the name? God dang it. Okay. Oh, look at this. Compiling shaders.
I'm not interested, Jari. It doesn't matter how many times you ask.
You might want to rethink that. You're missing out on some wonderful opportunities.
What is this? Alright, wall lean marker. And then right here, look at this. Alright, so not worth a whole lot,
You
but
should see me when you get bored.
might as well grab it. What's our weight looking like? See right there, I can't tell if that would be considered stealing or not. We don't want to, like I said, we don't want to just start, we don't want to steal and get caught and then make things harder yet. Okay. Hey, Sama. You're looking pretty good there. Alright. Thistle, Blue Mountain, Red Mountain. Okay. Ain't mad at you. Alright, let's go ahead and first things first. We haven't saved since we started. That was not very smart on my part. So let's jump in here, see what we got, what it offers inside. We got to level up anyway. I'm thinking of changing it back to always enabled for having the sleep to level up. I don't mind that setting, so don't get it like I don't want that setting. I needed a way to force the level up to actually take place. It wasn't happening organically like it was supposed to, right? Because we slept at the other place in Dawnstar. We slept overnight there, and it didn't give us the option to level up. And then, you know, when we tried to go into the list directly and level up, or go into the menu, into the skills, we couldn't level up there either. So I had to force it to allow me to do one way or the other. And I figured the best way to do that is to
Come on in. Let me know
just
if you need it.
allow me to go ahead
Take a seat by the
and
fire, and I'll
access
send
the
someone
skills
over.
and level up right away. Okay, so there's Dorian. I don't know who Dorian is. There's Xander. You can see major changes going on here and major stuttering.
I wanted you to have this. A token of
The
my
beggar's
affection.
humility and the drunk's charisma
Mean we're
can't compare
engaged
to an
enough.
adventurer's
Character.
charm.
Start saving up for a place of my own. Somewhere I can really let loose without worrying about the neighbors complaining.
Tari. Tari Gaia. Undeal.
I must say, you have a rather unique way of showing your appreciation. Care to share what's on your mind?
I should really
Fancy
start
a
saving
drink
up
with
for a new dress.
Oh,
I'm
darling.
just looking around to see who's here.
You're as subtle as an orc in a
Form.
glass
But the
shop.
lads seem to mind.
But don't
Who
worry.
is this girl?
I find your enthusiasm rather amusing.
Bahada.
If you'll excuse me.
Lizette.
I'll teach you to talk to me that way.
Gisley.
Tempting as that sounds, I think I'll pass. Now, if you'll excuse me,
All
I
right,
have better
Delran
things
is
to do than
normally
waste my
there.
time with a drunk.
Berlin Ashwood.
It's been a good week, my boy.
I think she's
Loud
added
customers
by
mean
the
good cheer means a full
NPCs
tip.
mod.
You know, I had to retire and leave you to run the
And
scheme
then
or something.
Ladita.
You
This
just
is an
spend your
ode to
time here
Skyrim's
bossing me
staunch
around and yelling
protectors,
for more drink.
the
You're practically
Imperials.
retired already.
We drink to
I
our
daydream
youth
about an
and
adventurer
the
who
days
whisks me
coming.
away from this
be a silly girl. Running a bar is no job for a young lady.
All right,
But
so
you
Surex,
always say
I
you
believe,
want
is
more
who we
girls
need
in
to
the
talk
bar.
to about getting a room.
Oh, brother.
So,
Well, you see,
Seems there's always more to be done.
And you know what? Never mind.
you were at the
Guess I'm not
execution,
trying
right?
anytime.
I showed up to watch, yeah. I don't know if they were right to execute him for what he did, but I'll tell you something. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Oh, dang. All right, well, that seems rather harsh, bro.
Listen, I have no idea
Oh, shoot.
why, but
Oh,
one day I told Rogvir I liked her.
Somewhere
It
quiet.
was a stupid thing to do. He mocked me incessantly after that. From that point forward, every time Vivienne and I were anywhere close to each other, he made sure to humiliate me. He beat me up, dumped meat on my head, anything he could get away with. Once he even slipped a beehive into my bed. We were children, sure. Rogvir never outgrew that immaturity or his cruelty. So any talk about him being an honorable Nord? Pure folly.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Oh, these laces
All right.
are too tight.
Peace, man.
I
I
was
swear,
done
if one
talking
more
anyway.
dress
I'm gonna
code
go
makes
hit up
you
this
untie them
girl.
tonight. But hey,
Excuse
tips
me.
are tips, right?
Celine. Okay, you don't rent rooms. Hey, it's nice to have you around.
A little coin always greases the wheel.
Oh my gosh, you're very nice to look upon. Okay, peace.
Until next time.
All right. Innkeeper. That's not. All right.
I do love it when they try to resist. But come on now. Who could resist these curves?
There he is. Corpus.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend.
See now here, and then so this makes me wonder now. One of my favorite mods for Skyrim, right? And it's a bit risque, okay? But there's a clean version of it out there. It's called Amorous Adventures. You can get that, and you can get the clean version where the mod is a NSFW mod.
Maybe
It
I should start flirting a little less.
twists
Some of these
and
lads are
turns
serious.
a lot of the stories already in Skyrim in a way to basically promote promiscuous behaviors, right? For lack of a better way to put it. And so it really affects, I mean, really, there's probably about a good 60, 70 different stories here. Alasif being one, Carlotta being another, Camilla being another, Janessa, Lydia, Adrian, you know, just think of all the women across Skyrim. Pretty much it shapes and alters their storylines so that it kind of adds a kind of a quest element to it and a romance element, right, for each one. And the clean version at least gives you all the quest and everything. It's just that once you get to the,
I should really start saving
and
up for
air
the
quotes,
dress.
NSFW part, right, the romance
Not that
part,
the lads seem to
you
mind.
just get a pop-up on the screen that says, you know, this person after years of, you know, not trusting anyone, you know, finds themselves attracted to and entrusting the, you know, the Dragonborn and blah, 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 right? And then now they are set as your, air quotes,
Maybe I
lover,
should
Sometimes I think it would be
but,
nice to
you
have a
know,
sacred
they're
marker.
now, you know,
Someone who leaves me little
that
gifts
romance
and notes.
option.
Remember the Winking
But
Skeever
that's
next time.
probably
Yes.
just
All
in
right.
the
So
romance
sorry.
If
novels.
you need a good rumor
So
or two.
here we go. Hit this guy up. I believe this one kicks off the Ellison one.
Oh, I don't believe those rumors, my friend. Besides, who would ever want to harm such beauty?
Right? Right? Who would? A Widow Too Soon that's the Amorous Adventure. We're not going to jump into it yet, but now we know it's there. Okay? So we know that is an option. That is in the game.
Here,
And
take a
there's
look
a
at this.
ton, like I said,
Some of the Jarl's
ton
men came
of
by and left this
content.
bounty letter.
If you really wanted to just do an Amorous Adventures playthrough, you could, and you would have probably, I would say, at least 100 hours of content right there. That mod is just crazy, just because of all the different quests that you have to go do. So the content just builds on itself,
Out on something.
and it's just crazy.
I could use some new
So we got
lingerie.
that from there.
Something lacy,
Um,
black.
if we wanted to take a bath, we're not really ready for the bath yet, I guess.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
All right. See now, I always find this funny when it says, "Could you show me my room?" And I'm like, for us to have to ask them to show us the room, it should default to not showing us the room. So if I don't ask for it, it shouldn't. He's like, well, I'm gonna, I'll show you a room right this way. This one is interesting too, because now this is telling me that we have a storage that's probably linked through all the ends. So if I go, I like to open my storage.
Of course.
Now, I don't know if we have to pay for it, but what it sounds like, this is kind of like we find ourselves at this point here. We got so much stuff, and we want to just dump some heavy extra stuff that we aren't really using right now. Like I can dump that, I can dump that. And then it's like, well, are you going to sell these things? And if so, then, go ahead and sell them. But if they're heavy and you're trying to hold on to them for later, then, feel free to just dump them here. You can always pick them up at another time. Right? So that is cool and interesting. So I'm testing it right now. These are things that if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but we'll do.
I'll show you to your room.
You see?
Right this way.
All right. So, like I said, here there's so much going on, right? There's Vivian. See, I don't really need them. Yeah. Let's let things catch up.
Oh, these boots pinch something awful.
Right.
But they do make my legs look so cute. Maybe I should try to be a bit more confident like the other girls.
Major changes up here. Now, our room is going to be right over here. But I'm more curious about who's sitting up here, hanging out. Katana's going to be up here. But we're not ready to... I'm just not going to pick her up. So... I'm interested in that brunette just walking. Like, who is that? Oh gosh, looks like a vampire right there. All right, we're gonna let the game catch up a little bit. Just give me a moment. Okay, so it is still, we are lagging majorly right now. So right here to my right, that's Katana. What I'm trying to do now is I'm aborting. I'm like, let's get into the room. Let's get into bed. All right, there we go. All right.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Okay, thank you.
I do love it when the customers are rowdy, but sometimes I wish they'd just leave their hands where I can see them.
We're not stealing anything.
Oh, these laces are too tight. I swear, if one more drunk patron tries to untie them tonight... But hey, tips are tips, right?
Alright. Let's get over here. See if...
We drink to our youth, to the days come and gone, for the age of aggression is...
Before we do anything... Let's get down here. Did I skip right by it? There it is. Okay. We're going to put it in always enabled.
just about
Okay.
done.
Now we're going to sleep. All right. We're going to sleep till morning. There we go. You see now, right here, this, like I said, it's a major concern for me because it's only going up 2 each time. So I'm capped right before that next level, right? Where in the, in the charts, it might say you require 25 smithing. Well, I leveled up twice and I can only get up to 24, from 20 to 24. So it's only going up 2 each time. So that's something I would want to look at, and I'm okay if it caps it at 35. Right? And then each subsequent time I level is capped an additional 5 points higher. Fine. Because right now that's all we can go up anyway is a maximum of 5. So, but where it's capped right now, it doesn't do me any good. All right, so we're going to take you to 25. We're going to take you to 20. Take you to 25. I would really love to get smithing up. Hold on. We're gonna go help again. So supposedly I can put another in here, but what we're gonna do is, I think, I'm gonna put archery.
We'll drive out the storm clouds and restore what we own. With our blood and our steel, we will take back our homes.
Still very, very lag. We are going to try to do our best. There's Katana.
On the day of your death, we will drink and we'll
I'm just
sing.
looking to see if there's anyone else here worthy
We're
of
the children of Skyrim and we fight all our lives. And when Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies.
form.
This land is ours, and we'll see it wiped clean.
Okay,
of the scourge that has sullied our
I really
homes
need to
and
start
our
saving up for a
dreams.
farm of peace. Somewhere quiet, where I can raise a family.
Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings. On the day of your death, we will drink and we'll sing.
Sometimes I think it would be nice to have a secret admirer. Someone who leaves me little gifts or notes. But that's
So there's two
probably just
people
in the
I'm
romance novels.
really looking for here, and it's okay if neither one are there. Baronet is added by the
Maybe I should take up cooking
NPCs
lessons.
mod.
Then maybe I could open my own inn one day where the girls are treated right.
All right. Those are the immersive winches. Investigate further. Alright. Have you heard the tale about the pirates who challenged an empire? I'm sure you have. For neither gallows rope, nor pen, history's pen can erase the restless league. So long as crows hoist sail and bear the seas, they'll sing. I don't know what that is. Chantix, whatever, of Cyrus, hero of Strauss Mackay. Alright. We'll just take that. Hopefully you guys were able to.
I could use some new lingerie.
This is an ode to
Pause and
Skyrim's
read it.
staunch protectors, the Imperials.
So,
we drink to our youth, to the days come and gone.
looks like
For the
Katana was the
age
only
of
one
aggression
here.
is just about done. We'll drive out the storm cloaks and restore
Maybe
what
I should
we
start
own.
flirting a little less.
With our blood
Some of
and
these
our
lads take
steel,
it too
we will
seriously.
take back
But then
our
again,
home.
the tips are better
None
that
of this
way.
stuff is. Some of it is bizarre.
Ulfric, the killer of kings. On the day of your death, we will drink and we'll sing.
Almost like if I go to there it is.
We're the children of Skyrim, and we fight all our
They only become
lives. And when
accessible
Sovngarde
when you get into
beckons,
Steam,
every one of us
because they would be
dies.
stealing.
But this land is ours, and we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that has sullied our hopes and our dreams.
All right. So who I was looking for, I don't recall. And then
On
I
the day
thought
of your death, we will drink and we'll sing.
she was here the last time, but she's not this time.
I daydream about an adventurer who'll whisk me away from this tavern life.
I was looking for Ash. I thought Ash was in this list. I thought she was in there the last time we came through here. Still a considerable amount of lag.
Fresh fish. Fresh fish.
Keep the cold at bay with our spiced wine.
So that kind of tells us
Not much to ask.
what to expect
I've got a
in
little
these
work if you're
major
interested,
cities.
traveler.
And unfortunately, that puts us back to the whole
All right.
kind of
Just need to grab some fresh ingredients for tonight's special. Maybe something that'll keep these men from only staring at me.
Spiced wine.
The
The
finest
taste of
fish here.
home and heart.
Caught daily.
You should see me when you get bored, stranger.
okay. Well, guess what?
Oh, you can afford a
My
sample.
inclination is to get out of this town because it's very laggy.
Keep the cold at bay with our spiced wine.
Fresh fish. Straight from the fjord.
So what I want to do right now is just loot as much as I can.
Fresh fish. Fresh fish.
Let's see what we can do.
Fresh off the boat. The freshest in Skyrim.
Like one iron ingot. Oh shoot.
The finest fish here.
Right now we're using this guy. So, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think
Get your fresh food and coat.
Dark Assassin. Nice. Alright. Speaking of,
Fresh fish. Straight from the fjord.
let's look at value. What do I need? I need 2 leather strips. Of course I know.
Spiced wine. The
Do I
taste of
need?
home and
Fresh
heart.
fish.
Might need to
Fresh
have this.
fish.
Fresh
Okay.
off the boat.
And then sleep. 2 leather strips. Okay. Witch's chain circlet.
Finest fish here.
Okay.
Caught daily.
Okay, so what I do think I need to do
Fresh fish. Straight from the fjord.
is I need
Keep the cold at bay with our spiced wine.
so these are the bottoms. to make a top. Okay, I don't have much leather, that's why I'm not able to make much. Okay.
Fresh off the boat.
Spiced wine.
Freshest in
The
Skyrim.
tastiest home and heart. But what about those who get so much?
The finest fish here. Caught daily.
A winch hammer. Like, what is that supposed to do for me? Alright,
Keep the cold at bay with our spiced wine.
okay. Alright, let's get out of there. There's Baron.
Fresh fish.
Wanderer like
And
you
then-
must have plenty of tales to tell.
I sure
That's-
do not.
I'm afraid.
But let's do this first. Alright, we want to see. Alright, oh, it's just clothing. God dang it. So, it doesn't really do us
Hey,
any
I'm too busy
good.
to
We
hear
can
'em.
see what it looks like. Very interesting.
Arms and armor, forged by a
Very
master
interesting.
craftsman.
Alright. So we are looking for, I didn't put it away, did I? If I put it away, then alright, so we want that. And then where's the, oh, it's just clothes? Okay. Is that what we were expecting? I don't think that's what we were expecting, was it? Alright, we don't, that's not it. Alright. Oh, I see. So, yeah, you can't wear this with that. Okay. Okay. Here, let's put these gloves on. They're the best gloves that we have. And right now, that's not, it's not the best, but it's respectful. Okay. Hey, Baron.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperials.
Yeah.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
I'm just I'm looking I'm looking to unload. Hunting sword, black. Ooh. 891 gold. How much money we got? I'm very much interested in it. Just not right now. Unless, what can I sell you? These are only two things you're willing to buy from me? Really? Okay. How about here? Okay. Should have gave you that. That. Okay. I think we just paid for that sword. No, we didn't. Well, we kind of did, but we didn't. Not ready to get rid of that. That isn't really supposed to be. We're never really gonna wear it. So might as well just go ahead. Okay. Alright. We can sell some soap. Ooh. Ooh. How much money you got, bro? That pays for our sword. We get rid of that. Oh my goodness, that, look at that. The Spriggan soap too. Right, Baron, can afford it. Alright, you go ahead, bro. Ain't nobody mad at you. Alright. That was convenient as all get up. Okay. So now we can revisit that sword. We have paid for the sword and we still have money left over. So if we wanted, we could have this sword. I'm feeling like I want it. I'm feeling like that sword is a sword we can get down with. There it is. There it is. And we still made some money. We still made some money. I ain't mad at you. Okay. Peace out, bro. I gotta get out of this
Anytime
town.
you need
Man.
arms
So
for arms.
laggy is all get up.
My forge never rests.
Hold on. Hold on.
I've got weapons forgiven and armor forgotten.
Holy shit.
Fresh fish, straight from the fjord.
Alright. There's a lot of stuff that we.
Fresh fish, fresh fish. Taste of home and heart.
I'm not hungry. I need more visual cues to let me know when I'm hungry or tired or thirsty. Does nothing for hunger. Does nothing for hunger. I eat bread and a little bread and cheese. All right. Nice armor, bro.
Finest fish here.
Ooh. Who are you?
The divines saved me from the streets, and they can save you from your trials as well.
Okay. All right. So, yes, I was hoping to find a suitable companion to accompany me back to Whiterun. No luck. I don't want Katana, at least right now. Maybe I might rethink it depending on who I get, all the people I get. I just, like I said, I wasn't happy with her. And so, for me, it's kind of, I would have liked to, if I had to choose among who I think was here before when when we tried this list. I'd rather had seen Ash than Katana. But I can't say for certain that Ash was, because I know she was part of the Whispers of Mara list. I'm 100% sure about that. I'm not certain about this list. It's been a while since I first tried to do this list. So it's been a while. It's been a long while. So trying to remember all that, who was with us and what we did, isn't that easy. Let's talk to this Hey
Need
there.
a ride?
There. Yeah, I want to hire your character.
Where do you want to go?
Can you take me over to Whiterun?
Climb and back, and we'll be off. Never been to Whiterun before?
No.
The Jarl's Palace is something to see. Dragon Search, they call it. Big old dragon skull hanging on the wall.
Alright, so now also, here's our opportunity. We're going to get there. We can run out and see if we can join in that battle against the giant. Me personally, I get annoyed by it because it doesn't last long enough for us to get close enough in order to jump in. And yet they still, Aela will come at you, Aela will come at you and like, well, we got that done. No thanks to you. And it's like, yo, don't at me, bro. One, I wasn't here when you took him down. Literally, I wasn't really in the vicinity. I could see you take him down, but I wasn't close enough to do anything. And then, and then you come at me to make it like sound like an excuse. It's not an excuse. What did you want me to do? Endanger your lives by just firing arrows from afar and maybe hitting you? So it's kind of like that fight needs to go longer so that all right, let's do this as well. Trying to get the first person. We're gonna pull our weapon, come around here, we're gonna keep running until we can get close enough to jump in. Not even that fight was over. The fight was over before we even got here. I mean, literally, he went down right as soon as the carriage stopped. Like, there's nothing. This is what I'm talking about. And I'm going to show you what's going to happen.
Well, that's taken care of. No thanks to you.
And then see, here's the thing, right? You didn't look like you needed help, or I tried my best. Neither one is an appropriate response.
Until next time.
You see what I did? I just said, screw you. I got nothing to say to you. And just avoid the dialogue altogether. So, I don't know if difficulty plays a part in that. It could. So, because the difficulty is not high, the giant isn't that strong. But I mean, this would be one of those situations where I would kind of redo that if I could, or somehow make it so that giant, and it may be that this is that one, and yeah, that piece, that's on Bethesda. That's not a mod thing. That's not that's on Bethesda. Because that's just the vanilla thing that just happens. And it's just god awful to happen each time like that. And literally there's nothing you can do to stop it. Always peek in here. I don't know. Not a lot of people, not a lot of modlists like to add Sonya as a companion, possible follower companion. I think her name is Sonya, or is it Sophia? One of the two. And so they don't like to add, so that's not a common one that gets added. So another thing. So here you can see with the overgrown trees, the added flora here to added the grass and everything. So again, yeah, you add these, but in exchange for what? Now I am probably in the boat of, I'm probably one of the few that probably didn't have an issue with how Skyrim looked or how Whiterun looks normally. Seriously? Okay. Okay. Ain't mad at you. Hey, cool. There's a book right there. Can't do anything with it. Might have to get to, like, a stealing posture. Nobody's gonna say anything. Let's see what they look like. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah. Okay. Just saying, it doesn't look like he's, getting around too quickly, in my opinion. So now, Whiterun is another city that I'm expecting to experience probably quite a bit of lag, and then that is, again, that plays into that whole idea of, well, how is the list performing?
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the
What's
Imperial
the
soldiers.
lag, and
I just can't fill an order that size on my own.
what are you
Why don't
willing
you swallow
to
that stubborn pride of
put up?
yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
I don't know if I like
Have
her
it
as a
your way.
blonde.
I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
I love Adrian no matter what, but I just like her the way she is. I don't necessarily. Oh, hey. Oh, snap. Hi.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
Okay, you just took me off guard there from. Oh my goodness. Do you work the forge all day?
That I do. I've got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, I just finished my best piece of work. It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgroof the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but... Listen, could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it to him.
Yeah. Oh, dang. Yeah.
Thanks.
What can you tell me about, Whiterun?
Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach.
Okay.
That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in your Vasca.
No, not
Mead
really.
Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary.
No, I'm looking at something quite legendary right now, and I am way more interested in that than pretty much anything. We will talk later.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So there is, it doesn't kick off yet. It will be a bit, right? But remember the Amoris Adventures? Well, she's involved in it, and a couple of them, right? So that is going to be very interesting. No, I need to stop grabbing all the flowers. But it can't help myself. Wait, Annalise? Oh, so here's one. Okay. Nazim. Okay. So we have our job cut out for us. Alright, so a couple of things. One, let's come around here. Let's go ahead and head inside. Whoa.
We sell bows, arrows, and ale. A unique combination, to be sure.
I am extremely pleased with the changes made here. Hello.
Blade and shadow, silence and death. These are my arts. For a modest fee, I'll make great art for you.
You have a moment to talk?
Pay my fee, and I'd be more than happy to speak with you.
Wait. Are you a mercenary or something else? Or have to pay for your time? So, yeah.
I am an artisan, painting in strokes of blood red upon the canvas of life.
Oh, man.
But yes, I will take coin to fight at your side. After all, where is the value in creating art if there is nobody left alive to see?
Well, sold. Consider yourself hired.
You have chosen wisely. Lead on, and I shall follow.
Now, here's where it kicks in the whole, did you just get shorter? The whole, Amora's Adventures piece. So, what services do you offer exactly?
Whatever is needed.
Oh, so if I need company. See, so right here, we can either shut it down and choose the second option and say, okay, we're going to end the Amora's Adventure romance quest, right? That's not what we're doing. So even if I need some company, air quotes.
If you desire a mistress, forget it. I don't do that kind of work.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. Well then, how does this arrangement work?
I'm sure we can.
That's a fair question. You pay me, and I get the job done. That's it.
Oh. All right, but and if the job is to spend time with me later on,
I don't know. Look for someone else to hop into bed with, perhaps.
But you said you would do whatever is required to get the job done.
Forgive my surprise. It's just that most people in Skyrim don't care for Dunmer. These Nords will come up with any excuse to despise us.
Okay, first, they probably just never met you. Okay? Never seen you. But second, I'm not like those people.
Look, what do you want from me?
Everything.
I'll be happy
I want to get to know you.
if you'd like to purchase something.
Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, I suppose.
It is in my eyes
This is
right now.
nonsense.
Okay, how so? I'm sure you've drawn interest before.
Of course not. Do you take me for a fool?
No. I mean, what? You don't think you're worthy of attention?
Well, if the shoe fits. Now, enough. We will speak no more of this.
Okay, look, you're wrong, Janessa. You're absolutely wrong.
We sell
okay?
bows, arrows, and
Well,
a unique
if you say so.
I do say so. And then, all right, look, are you interested in getting to know me? A little?
Tell you what. If you wish to gain my attention,
I do.
then maybe you can help me.
Oh,
Perhaps
name it.
you could help me recover something precious that was lost.
Yes.
I can
Yes.
tell
Tell me
you're no
more.
stranger to the
An
wilds.
important
I'm
folio
sure we
was
can meet your
stolen
hunting
from the
needs.
East Empire Company.
Okay.
Something about the shipping operations in Windhelm. We need to investigate a group of bandits. But, well, the job is beyond me.
If you have
So you
need
can
of
imagine the
hunting supplies,
dangers.
then you've come to the right place.
Well then, okay. What do you know about these bandits?
See for yourself. It's all in this note.
All right. So now we got to read the note. We can conjure a bag of rats. Letter to Janessa right here. Okay. All right, Janessa, remember when the East Empire Company saved your hide in Windhelm? I think you owe us a favor. Some bandits near Whiterun got the jump on a carrier delivering company documents south to Cyrodiil. Find them and bring them back to us. Worthless. Okay. Easy enough.
We're one of the same kind, you and I.
And
I'm glad to have met you.
oh, well, that's a step up. Okay, I'm good. Good, yeah. Hey, do you know where these bandits are located?
I do.
Okay. All right, and I assume there's a reward for helping you?
I suppose I could offer you a bit of my companionship.
Oh, that's a definite reward. Okay. Yes, a worthy prize. Look, we'll track down those bandits, but first, come here.
Nah, I don't think so. Wait, what are you doing?
I'm just, unexpectedly, Janessa found her lips locked with the stranger who had hired her. That, the next moment it was over, and the two found themselves separate.
We sell bows, arrows, and ale. A unique combination, to be sure.
Literally locked together. Okay? Now we have to talk to
I
her.
prefer the art of the blade myself.
You are so beautiful. You know that?
Was that really necessary?
I'm saying absolutely, but it was worthwhile.
That's a dangerous game you're playing.
There's no game, baby.
More than one would-be
tell you're no
boyfriend
stranger
has
to the
met his
wilds.
end at the
I'm sure
tip
we
of
can meet
my
your hunting
blade.
needs.
Well, I think our relationship is off to a good start.
Well, not friends. Not yet, anyway.
Oh.
Mind yourself, or we'll have serious problems.
Okay. All right. Well, look, perhaps you'll be more friendly after we've taken down some bandits.
If you have need
That
of
remains
hunting
to be
supplies,
seen.
then you've come to
Let's
the
go. Prey waits.
Okay, this is literally my favorite version of Janessa I have ever seen. This is
I'll be happy to assist you if you'd like to purchase
absolutely just incredible. This is
For all its wealth, Whiterun does not have much
ears
taste
are
in heart.
huge, but that's okay. It just fits. This is the best version. Well done. Whoever did this, okay, that's just crazy. Okay?
Whiterun hides behind its illusion of safety, yet the threats beyond the wall's confines will break this
Awful
mirage.
guy. Not looking to steal anything,
sure we can
just
make
kind
great
of
art of our enemies.
doing our stuff. You can see there is another, immersive winch. Of course, I don't like the term, but one of the immersive ladies here. This is probably some battle arena. I'm not worried about that just yet. Okay. I do want to do one. We got to do 2 more stops, and then we can get off and get out, go, and hit up the first part of Genesis quest.
Had enough of fish and fowl?
Now,
Get yourself
here's
a
the
kin with a
interesting
choice cut
part
of
about
steak
that.
or a tender rack of
Okay.
ribs.
Hey, Blair. Nice. Alright. So you got Athena. Is this?
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
Hey, Carlotta. I like the changes they made to her too. It's so weird. Carlotta.
Life's hard enough with all these men propositioning me. But that bard is the worst.
Really? Somebody giving you trouble?
That bard Mikhail is begging for a dagger up against his throat, the way he goes on about me. I heard him boasting at the Bannered Mare, saying he'll conquer me as a true Nord conquers any harsh beast. Huh.
What if I talk to him?
If you want to try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though.
Okay. Alright. Well, I did want to say hello. You have a very fine selection. Yeah.
Hello, friend.
You seem to have the best wares in the market.
I hope you're looking at me like that because you want to buy something.
There's a lot I want to buy. Well, maybe we could talk instead, though.
I see. Why? Am I that interesting?
Yes. Maybe you are. You seem to attract a lot of attention here. Especially in that
I
outfit.
suppose so, yes. Half the men in Whiterun have proposed to me. Some were even single.
I'm single.
4 of the guards have already decided they're in love with me. 2 of the guards got into a fight over me at the tavern.
Well, you clearly garner some interest here.
If I had a septum for every honeyed word, I'd be a rich woman indeed.
That's true. Well, you may as well make the most of it, right?
Look, I've got ripe fruit and fresh vegetables for sale. Nothing else. Do you understand?
Alright, I understand.
I've got a hungry daughter to feed, so selling my produce is really the only thing I care about.
Oh?
All that matters is my daughter Mila.
Okay, understood.
Hey, I want to
Hey.
talk to you.
Yeah, what's on your mind, kiddo?
Mother says I shouldn't talk to people, but you seem alright.
Well, thanks.
I wish I could be an adventurer like you, and go wherever I want.
Hmm? Well, why is that?
It's just that Papa promised me a great gift.
Maybe something that'll keep these men from
Oh.
always staring at me.
And what happened?
He ran away. I wish someone would find him.
Oh, well, if I find him, I'll let you know.
I was hoping you'd say that. For a stranger, you're not so bad.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh, Mila, you're breaking your mother's heart, you know that?
I understand. I'm sorry. I just get so excited thinking about it.
Mila, listen to me. We've talked about this.
Father promised.
How could you? Just go.
Oh, gosh.
Goodbye, ma'am.
Goodbye. Alright, get
Ripe fruit and fresh vegetables for sale.
Well,
Straight from the fields and orchards of Whiterun to your table.
Oh, farm fresh from the table to the table.
Tired of
Okay.
bread and stew?
Hey,
Enough of fish
I
and
heard
fowl?
from Mila
Treat
about her
yourself
dad.
and your kin
This
to
is
a
a
choice cut of
delicate
steak
matter.
or a tender rack of ribs.
My daughter's confused.
Oh, okay. All right. I think I understand. You have any idea where he might have gone?
We don't know where he is. Haven't seen him in years.
Oh,
He's in a rocky grave, most likely. But I don't know.
well, look, I take it he was as good a husband as he's a father.
The finest cuts.
The man's given
fresh
me
from the
nothing.
wilds.
All his life, he was seeking to fly somewhere new. I guess it doesn't matter now. He's gone, and we'd like it to stay that way.
one of you at least. You're gonna raise Mila on your own?
It's been tough running the household alone, but I'm managing.
I see. You know, Mila did mention that her father had promised her some gift.
Recently, he sent word that he had a change of heart. The letters mention some sort of great gift for our child, my daughter Mila. But it sounds too good to be true. The man's presence and his promises. It means little to us.
But Mila's expecting this gift, right?
Yes. Soon, she's going to figure out that her father has forsaken her. That there is no gift. She will take that quite hard.
Well, you know, I could try and track him down for you. For both of you.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have any money to give you. We barely have enough for ourselves.
Tired of bread and stew?
Maybe I'll
Had
find
enough of
something
fish and fowl?
better
Treat
along the way.
yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak
Oh?
or a tender
What is
rack
it?
of ribs.
Not sure. I think it might involve you, though.
Well, I have a daughter to raise, so I must take care. To change the way we live our lives, it's not good for a little girl. That said, if you wish to investigate and try to figure things
The
out,
finest cuts, fresh from the
then
wilds.
we'll talk about it.
You have any leads?
It's all in this note. That letter's the last I've heard of him and mentions where he is.
It's always all in this note, isn't it? All right.
May the divines guide and keep you.
You too.
Ripe fruit and fresh
Oh my
vegetables for sale.
Danica Pure Spring.
Don't get too far ahead.
You know,
Chops and
I'm
steaks.
trying
fit
not
for a
to,
jarl.
but sometimes I just can't help myself. Can't help myself. All right. Can't do anything here. Sometimes, if you got it, and I don't see it, sometimes there's a thieves cache back behind here, but I think it requires, I don't know which mod it requires, so I'm never sure if it's here or not. Unless I just come look for it. So, I don't see it. So, we're just gonna go inside. We're gonna do two things. Alright? Since Janessa wasn't as expensive as I was expecting her to be.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything.
All right,
I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Dina, Argus. Love to win.
So, what's she gonna do with all the flowers in your pack? Don't look at me like that. I didn't snoop. I literally watched you pick them.
You did, didn't you? Wait a minute. Why are you spying on me?
This is your final warning. Back off. Oh, I thought you were that damn bard. He's been breathing down my neck for days.
Oh.
Let's start over. Hello. Am I in your way?
Wait a minute. What bard are you talking about?
This is
Mikhail. Giant ego, medium talent for the lute, tiny mind. He leers and hovers.
No, I was meaning to bump into you, actually.
Very funny. Careful with that. Whiterun doesn't really get funny. I'm Ferris. You're not from around here. I don't recognize you as a local.
No, I'm new to the city.
I see. Welcome. You'll want to visit Bellathor if you're needing supplies. Careful though, if he senses weakness, he charges double and sells for less. Where are you headed?
You got any travel recommendations?
Riften is to the far east of here. It's a
do
beautiful
love it when they
forest.
try to resist,
I'm biased though.
but
I'm
come on,
originally from
who
there.
could resist
Oh.
these curves?
Been thinking recently about heading back in that direction.
Oh, you have?
What's your name? You look like you can handle yourself pretty well out there. In combat, at least. Blades, bows, banishing spells.
Reyna. My name's Reyna. Did the quiver give it away?
I've heard rumors about some of the girls wanting to
That
learn how to fight.
and the bow on your
Maybe I
back.
should join them.
The
And
blisters on your hands would have told me, even if you hadn't been carrying. You should consider gloves.
This is a local favorite.
I prefer daggers and the odd arrow here and there, myself.
Ragnar.
Are you
Yeah.
looking for any company on the road? Safety is limited when traveling solo, and I was planning on moving out soon anyway.
I could use some new lingerie.
what would I get out of this arrangement?
You'd have my travel experience, and it's not uncommon for me to come across some gold during my travels.
Oh.
You'd have me protecting your back, and both of us would have a companion to walk Skyrim's wilds with. Until one of us wanted to part ways, that is. Neither of us would be obligated to stay. Fair?
I daydream
Yeah,
about an adventure
fair enough. I accept your offer.
Very good. It'll be nice to be out on the road again. I'll just double check my things, and then I'll be ready to go.
The voice actress? Her voice?
I hope the beds here are warm. The last
love
inn
her
I
voice.
stayed, the blankets had
So,
holes in it.
well done. Well done. Alright, so Ferris is added, right? She's not a normal companion. So she's added. So
A good drink
Janessa's normal.
soothes the mind, and a good
Um,
meal motivates the body.
So
This place is
And-
nice, if you don't mind being harassed by an insolent bard with no life experience.
oh, I like the changes they did from her, but I want to look at this letter from Maven. We're not stealing it. So, upon reading your last letter, I was deeply touched. You're right. I was angry, but now I realize my anger was misplaced. It's time to leave our disagreements in the past and rekindle our friendship. I'll be sending someone to fetch you and bring you to Riften. I wish to avoid a scene, so he'll be calling at night. Make sure you pack all your belongings securely, as the journey could be rather treacherous. So, we'll see what that happens.
I really need to
That
start
does.
saving up for a farm
Hey,
of my
Mikhail.
own. Somewhere quiet.
I'm a bard
where I
by
can raise a
trade.
family and
Okay.
Perhaps you've heard of me.
Nice song. Here, take this.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I figured you'd appreciate it. I'm just trying to smooth some things over. By the way, I just wanted to say you need to leave Carlotta alone.
Anything for my favorite lass.
Oh, all right. That's it.
It's the leaving that's hardest, I know.
Adara taught me how to appreciate Nord League with some sorts of art.
Oh my god, that was just crazy. So yeah, you pay him $10, you give him 10 gold, and then you tell him to leave Carlotta alone, and then boom, and then it's the leaving. That's the hardest.
You
Okay.
know nothing.
I hate
Nothing
these
of
guys.
our struggles,
They're
our
I hate
suffering.
how they talk
Nothing.
to her.
And what
It's
of
just
my
awful.
son? What of Thorald? Is he nothing? So don't talk to me about
Ripe fruit
suffering.
and fresh vegetables for
Your
sale.
son
It's
chose
said
his
that
side,
one
and he
can
chose
find any
poorly,
Skyrim's
and now he's gone.
curiosity in
Such is the
Whiterun's
way of war. The sooner you accept his loss, the better.
All right, let's get up here before he gets into it. We got to talk to Ebony. Oh,
Inherit both heavens and earth, and we, not the elves or their toadies, will rule Skyrim forever.
forever. Uh-oh.
We, your unworthy servants,
Usually I don't stop and soak it up, but it's pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. Now, again, I'm not the biggest fan of adding in, extra trees, flowers, grass, structures, because I I tend to lean towards I want better performance, and I don't need all this extra frills and thrills. You know, more substance than, just window coating or whatever you call it, window dressing. And that's what I feel about how I feel about most of all, like I said, anything that changes try to make things like all this. This is all, to me, window dressing. And for me, it's not necessary at all. Substance to me is the outfits, the change in the outfits, changing how the NPCs look. That's substance, because those are the ones, that's what you're dealing with consistently. This is just background. So, if you ask me, am I willing to give up performance to have these extra things like that? No. For outfits and the changing the NPCs, the looks, yeah, I'm fine with that. All right, so Mr. Avenici. Hey, Mr. Avenici.
I serve Jarl Balgruff as steward.
I have a sword for you. It's from your daughter.
From Adrian?
Yeah.
Ah, this must be that weapon for the Jarl.
Mm-hmm.
Poor girl. So eager to prove herself. I'll present it to Balgruff when his mood is agreeable. Thank you. Please, take these few coins for services rendered.
Right about that. Definitely some few coins. How many do you give us? 20? Usually 20. Is there anything you need from me?
Of course. It's all in this note.
It's always in this note. Alright, who are you? Oh my gosh. Okay, so Aerolith is involved in part of Moore's adventures, and dang it if I'm not glad. Don't need to talk to him. Don't need to talk. I see Janessa sit there, and I'm like, ooh, I need to go talk to her. And it's Janessa. Okay. So, we did what we needed to do there. So I think we have one more thing we need to get done, and I'd like to do it now before it gets too late. I don't want to do it in the dark, but if we can get it done right now, because I don't want to wait until morning. What is that guy doing?
And there it is, friends. The ugly truth. We are the children of man. Talos is.
You should talk to the Jarl up in Dragon's Forge. Any age you can.
But we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that thieves' den.
We'll talk.
I can't stop now. And I can't get the sword on my own.
So you're willing to starve your wife and daughter?
So Annalise is intriguing because we just have to give her 500 bucks to follow us. But we already just gave Janessa 500, and I think Annalise is just added there as another possible follower.
Do walls make you feel safe? I've been thinking about that recently. Better for overall safety, but posing people away makes them more prone to be us against everyone outside.
Ooh. So you can see Whiterun was laggy, but it wasn't as bad as, say, Solitude. And I would kind of put Windhelm like right between the two as far as like size and everything. Windhelm much probably but closer to a Solitude type thing, but so I would expect the same kind of lagginess with Windhelm as we saw with Solitude. And that's unfortunate. And then Riften is probably the same, right? So the major holds around, you know, around the land, we're gonna suffer quite a bit of quite a bit of lag. Let's get back. You see that? Right there. So something is allowing us to be able to see creatures. And it may not be creatures, it may just be particular creatures. Because I'm not seeing any other ones. Alright, we gotta come out. So you can see how much this has changed as well. So now there's a...
I noticed that Riften's the only city we've been to where children don't run and play in the streets.
And then there's a shard all the way over there. I don't know if I really want to go that far out of my way to get that shard right at the moment. Even though I see butterflies, and yes, we are going out of the way to get them. And bees. As far as the shard is pretty. Alright, set lag. And I want, because I want to test something, and then I like it when you can. See that right there, green. Question is that a... Of course I'm gonna follow it. Squirrel!
I see a lot of strays in the cities.
In this case, fox!
Animal population levels. Still, I'd expect to see a cat or two sneaking around.
I have to go to first person. Pull out the weapon. Trying to show us something, but obviously he can't get to it, and we can't get to it from this side. So I'm gonna let it go. Let's go to the menu. We want this one. All right. Wait, in the shadows. That's not it. Shadows and scars. So that's the one. So we got to check out the Halted Stream Camp near Whiterun. Okay. That should be right below us.
The city has a pretty good defensive advantage being up on this bluff.
This is the camp. So now this camp is always there. Bandits are always there. Wait. It's not, it's this camp over there. I always hit this one first because it's always there and there's loot there. Good loot. What the frick? If you tell me I don't have arrows equipped, that is just going to piss me off. I have arrows equipped. I have a bow equipped. You see that? I had them.
Is someone there?
Of course, I missed them.
Let's go.
Picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Not my proudest work yet, but it'll do.
Don't give up. Don't look. See that little thing where they sit and stare at you?
You can take me?
Is just absolutely infuriating. Like, she's turned back towards me. There's an enemy over there, or was an enemy over there. No awareness, no situation awareness. Didn't I just take that? Or was it, did he get two? Ooh, artichokes. Okay, just taking everything of his. Necklace, gold. There's a coin person.
Please, crap. Is this what getting old feels like?
And then the sack. I always use salt. More Dwemer soap, which sells for 33 gold per. So I ain't mad at it. Steel balance. Okay, this is different. Smuggler's cheese wheel. And there's a smuggler's note. You can take those prices and eat them. We found our own source of skooma now, the real stuff, not that watered down third-hand trash you've been selling. And don't even think of ratting us out. One word to the guards, and I'll make sure they know what that seer of yours is really up to. Smuggler's cheese, and then smuggler's correspondence. Alright, we got your crate of merchandise into Skyrim's borders without a hitch. We also opened it because you didn't specify what goods they were. And we wanted to make sure whatever was in the crate wouldn't break, rot, die, or explode. You probably noticed, but it turned out to be a crate full of what we're almost sure is just cheese. We all felt like we're lacking a little vital information, so we just like to inquire. What's wrong with it? Right back on this correspondence. It would be dangerous for a record of our deal to get into the wrong hands. Probably. Dear writer, this traditional style cheese is made with high quality cow's milk, mixed with a vegetable dye during the curing or curdling process to give its unique marbled appearance, but that makes it a fantastic addition to any cheese board. If you have any further questions, let me know. Okay, I think that's about the what's name that we just got through taking. All right, so here's where all the loot comes into play. See that? And in here, okay. Oh, look at that. Frost resistance. Nice. We need that. Snowberries, garlic. Anything else? Juniper, jasbay. Another neck. We got like 10 of those now. It's like at some point I'm just gonna have to stop taking them. Snowberries. Right. Oh. Grab a lot Blackbriar Mead, Hunting Root. Alright, I'm gonna leave the skooma. Not messing with the chest yet. Coin burst. Okay. More artichokes. Ring of minor security. Oh. Alright, hold on. Smuggler's trade goods. Alright, so this one is a new quest. The new source has been a real boon. Skooma, poisons, black soul gems, you name it. We've got a line to a wide range of goods and even wider range of clients. Which reminds me, someone needs to tell Akari where she can stick her bottles of sugared cat piss. We're done. Meanwhile, we're filling up our coffers faster than we can empty them. We're drinking day and night and still haven't gone through half the gold from that Morrowind job for the corpse fondlers. With Argonian patrols up and down the border, we can charge an arm, leg, and a tail for every crate that comes in. As for the zombie petters, they were pretty pleased the staff wasn't damaged. Creepy looking thing too. Was glad to be rid of it. It's a shame we couldn't hold out a couple more days though. This morning, another buyer came by the camp, an orc with a face so lumpy he must have jumped headfirst off the top of Dragon's Reach. Turns out he was looking for the same staff, offering to pay double. I told him we could have something better for him on the next boat from Saul's time, but he was pretty sodding clear there was only one staff he wanted to buy. Makes sense. The only thing uglier than this orc was that staff. Maybe he wants to hold it up when he shaves so he doesn't feel so bad for being born. Anyways, I sold him the information on the buyers and sent him on his way. Couldn't get him to trade any of the valuables on his carriage, but it's alright. There's more than one way to part a fool from his things. I told the boys to cut him off on the road west of Whiterun at the burnt down house between the watchtower and Fort Greymore. Given how obsessed he was about that staff, it'll be easy to catch him off guard. You know what? That means I'm going to tell you right now that actually reminded me of something that I totally forgot about. And, you know, my apologies. All right, we need that minor champion ring for sure. The Hag Raven Claw, don't need that. All right, so as it stands right now, let's just go in here. Let's get some things sorted. All right, come down here. Let's get to these rings. And I think I'm actually going to switch to this. You deal 10% extra damage with ranged weapons. So I'm switching to that backpack there. I don't think it changes my carry weight very much, even though it does subtract 20. So we're going to take the frost resistance. That's 5 rings minus security. That is 6 rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We already had the minor champion going, so we don't have to worry about that. And I believe, yep, that's it. So we got 6 of the 8 possible rings we could wear. Okay. We are wearing 2 necklaces. We're wearing a water breathing and frost resistant. Nope, that's a ring. So it's not even a necklace, just water breathing. All right, so we got that going. Part of me wants to switch to that because it offers more protection. And we're about to get into a fight. We're about to have 2 fights here. Well, this will actually, 2. All right, so let's get that. All right. Okay. Whether we open this or not, we're Okay. All right, gold, ingot, halberd, and treasure map. All right.
We're not alone.
God dang it.
Coward. Pay for this. I hate archers.
We are routed!
Go away!
Nice. You guys at least carried your own weight there. Head armor, bracers. Oh, we didn't want to see that. Didn't need to see that, for sure. Alright. Boots. Okay, so for Janessa, the halted stream camp is right there. Okay? For our purposes right at this moment, we are going to run down to the road and we're going to circle back. Okay? We may not get it all done in this session. There are two things on the road that we want to get. Well, there's one thing on the road that we want to get, and since we're down here, we might as well go ahead and do what that note is prompting us to do. I'm coming this way because I want to get down to the road as close to Whiterun as possible so we can follow the road over to where the cart is. What are we looking for on the road? Marissa. She is supposed to be on the road between Whiterun, okay, and the Western Watchtower. So we keep our search to this area. You hear how quiet it gets? Alright. Alright, so let it catch up. So what happens is the sound fades out. It's as if we're floating, and our feet aren't making contact. And then it all of a sudden like fall to the earth, and it
so many shadowy corners to strike from. I could learn to like this place.
Right? Right? I think she should be up here real quick. So there's the Western Watchtower. So we should run across her fairly quickly. We need to keep an eye out, because right after the Western Watchtower is that carriage that we're going to want. I don't expect that we shouldn't have to go that far. We should. There's the carriage. Nope, that's not the carriage. My bad. Actually, I expected to find her. I really did. Without having to go that far. That would be very unfortunate. What are you doing? You just now catching up. I don't want to be out all night looking for her, so we're just gonna. That's a guard, right? That's one of the guards. We shouldn't have to. So if you're asking what is annoying, it is the lag, and that will shorten our playthrough for sure. We're gonna come over here. Press that. Now, didn't it say between? Because now we are past. Alright. I'm going to go talk to this girl over here. I don't know who that guy right there is. I do know who that is right there. Listen. What happened here?
Your attention is not required here. I am handling the investigation into the death of this man, and it falls within my jurisdiction to do so.
Oh. Is there anything I can do?
Listen well, my friend. I have a pressing schedule and cannot tarry in lengthy discussions. I will address this concern, and you may continue on your merry journey.
Well, that's just rude. Whoa!
Again. Cheers.
That's it. That's all you got.
Wait. Perhaps I was a bit rash. Allow me to make amends for my lack of introduction. I am Licia, a devoted member of the College of Whispers.
Those bandits, right? Who were they? I don't recognize their armor.
I too must confess to a lack of familiarity with these individuals.
Hey man, what are you doing here, and who's the dead man?
The name of the departed soul is Leola. He was part of an expedition from the college. We lost contact with them, and I was dispatched by the college to find them.
And what's the purpose of the expedition? Did I hit the button?
I must hold my tongue regarding certain matters. However, it is becoming clear that the dangers are greater than anticipated. Would you consider lending your support to the investigation? Your bravery is commendable. I would be honored to have you by my side.
Sure, if the pay's good.
Fear not. A generous reward shall be yours upon the successful conclusion of the investigation.
Alright, so what's our next move?
Name yourself, stranger, before we continue this conversation.
I'm Reyna.
It is not to my liking. Henceforth, you shall be known to me simply as the Guardian.
Nope, that's not my name.
Acceptance shall be a necessity.
You're not making this easy. But fine.
Very well.
And what have you learned so far?
I have secured some written accounts from my fallen comrade. One note makes a reference to the Hall of the Dead in Whiterun. It seems to me that going there would be the most sensible course of action.
I'll need to make some stops along the way, but we can get there. Follow me. Alright. First thing. Can we not have the armor on these guys? Order shield. How about you? I need soap. Alright. You got nothing left on you. Okay. That's not who I was looking for. But, okay. Let's go ahead and save before we move any further. And, or, go to the site, right, of the ambush. That's where we're at now. Dang it. Can you get out of the way? Alright, here we go. Spring skills. Okay, we'll take them both. I'll take that. Alright, here. I want this other. I will take the hatchet.
Silence will serve us well in this place. Let us take our foes by
Never should have
I got your back.
Hey,
Let's
what you
go.
doing, man?
Take this!
Go ahead, go ahead.
Never stood a chance.
The path ahead beckons us, Guardian.
Well, you're in my way, okay? That's gonna happen quite a bit. You just gotta get used to that, okay? Okay, here we go. Smuggler's Ledger, Sparks, boarding knife, 2 of them, okay? Leather armor. Alright, we'll take that. Soul gem. And then staff of electrospheres. Okay. We are over encumbered, but that's okay, because we can rectify that. Ooh! Yes. Alright. Neat. Alright, let's go to first person. Uh-huh. Alright. I don't need to see your butt, but okay. Legionnaire sword. And, ooh. Man, they got some good loot on them. Alright. Yeah, we'll fix you up in a second. I just need to steel arrow. Okay. We need to take that. There's take that. We don't need the fragments, but the void salts. We'll take that, nightshade. That seems to be about it. Janessa, come here. There it is.
Of course.
That is the beauty of, wait. Oh yeah, okay. So, we'll put that away, So now that we have that sword, we might not need these 2. So, I will favorite that. Boarding knife, hatchet, Legionnaire sword. Holy cow, what in the world? Wait. Why is that so low? That's not what I bought it at. Oh, because I don't have the skill yet. Alright, so that one's 11. That one's 9. That one's 9. And the one that we currently have equipped is 6. So, right? So, we will favorite that one. Unfavorite that one. We will... Oh, shoot! Take that one back. Okay. Equip it that way. Alright. We will store this, that. We got all these furs. Alright, that one. I don't like that it doesn't show you the warmth value there. Let's see. What else can we... This staff, I might give it to the mage. Alright, so they're both 9. I'll end up giving it to the ladies because they both use bows, and I'll give this sword to one of the ladies as well. Probably to Janessa. Okay. I think that got our weight down enough. Not as far as we need it to be, but down enough. Okay.
Let's put these weapons to use, huh?
Alright. We got one more stop. Yep, we got one more stop if we can make it. Hey.
Shall we press forward?
Sure. Don't need to ask about your hygiene just yet. I do want to trade some things.
If that is what you wish.
Janessa, don't worry. I have nothing but your best interest in mind. Okay, so you can see how all of a sudden that is major. So the Khajiit, okay, yeah. So we will give you, what am I going to give you? I'm gonna give you the spring steel. Yes. Okay. I'm also gonna give you a steel dagger. I'm gonna give you this guy. What is headshot? Hook shot. Okay. All right.
Let's go.
Hey, Paris.
You gonna eat that apple in your pack before it gets moldy?
Oh, well, I have some things I like to trade.
Sure, open up.
Yeah.
I mean, your bag.
Don't worry, I didn't think you were meaning anything else. Here, take that. Take that. You can have that. I really don't care for it. I think that's a better bow than you have. This is probably a better sword for you. And then, yeah. Peace. Okay.
All right.
We'll think on your other stuff, but I want to see some. I won't use it, so somebody should use it. And if she's willing to, Licia, what is going on here? You just all right. Horse hide, horse meat, iron arrow. All right, this'll. All right, we're gonna make our way back this way. Didn't want to attack at night, but we may have. I'm annoyed because Marissy wasn't where she was supposed to be, but we did find Lisa, which is cool, I guess.
No turning back now.
I guess we came far enough that we can come over here and check out this. Oh, dang. I didn't know we were that far out. I do want this. Maybe this is fun. Can I? Hey, you can steal the cheese. Steal the cheese. Excuse me, sir.
There are dark places beneath Nirn that have long been forgotten.
Just don't piss off the giants too much. Let's say we're about to land here in a minute. Okay. Little night fishing. Little night fishing. Or can't see the camp yet. And I didn't want to attack at night, but we may have to. And we land. Boom.
Oh, it's on.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? I'm assuming it did.
Take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for it later. I'll pay you good. Don't lose it.
Slow down, explain yourself.
No time to talk. Snitch or double-cross me and I'll kill you. I mean it.
I'm sorry, did that hurt?
Did you see someone run past just now?
I presume this iron armor is yours?
Yes. How did you get this? Never mind. Here. It's not much, but it's something. I'm going to track down that thief and murder him.
Too late. He's right there. He's right there. Not much else you can do to him. It hasn't already been done. So supposedly our camp is right over here, I think. Check out the halted stream. You need to sneak up on it. We've been detected already. Not sure by who, but we have been detected. Right. This might be our chance to get some licks in and start a fight. It's a little harder to do at night than it would be if we had came here earlier in the day. That's why I didn't want to do this. Alright, I got movement. Dang, I got movement.
Shouldn't have come here.
I'm being drawn in by something. Something just pushed me down the hill. Was it my people?
Just repair those gauntlets, you monster.
Who's yelling? Who's this? Is that us? Oh shoot, she's defeated. You know what that means, right? Oh, true. I didn't know what that meant. That means we had to either defeat everyone else or she would have been taken. But she can't be taken unless we're all taken. Okay, kill the boss. Okay, let's get inside. We'll worry about outside later. Let's do the smart thing. Save. Also, let's equip the steel. They do a little bit more damage than the iron. Just a couple, but it's enough. This may not be easy, but we'll see. Might be very easy. Avoid traps. Let's take that guy out.
Told him to just hand over the gun. Did he listen? Oh, no. No one left to fight back.
I hear somebody, but not sure who I'm hearing.
Lying. That brat ain't mine. He could be anyone's. Get one rusty septum from me.
Alright. So what we're gonna do is this.
Just
Did you hear something?
Get the one that's behind you.
Up and at him.
God damn it. You see, now I feel bad for her, but it's kind of on her too. I wonder if that's everybody. We just blew everything up. Alright. See that right there? That's not okay. Something's off. Alright. See how it's only appearing for us unattended.
Even if I do not owe the company a debt, I'd still gladly kill these bandits for the sake of it.
For some reason, just not.
Ironic that I once thought about resorting to banditry after my escape. Now there are few better sports for me than killing bandits.
Trying to get this lockpick or something.
These bandits have always been a nuisance to the East Empire Company, looting carriages and murdering the couriers. The bandits here use pit traps to kill mammoths like it's some sorts of sick entertainment.
Like shrunk, in a sense. Legit. You just almost impossible to get it right there. And that could be just because there's so much other stuff added.
Let's make
here.
an art of these bandits, one that testifies their doomed trade.
So it could be just the list itself, right? Like there's a element of instability here. So what it's doing
I
is
thought about
just
becoming
not
a bandit. I decided I preferred clean clothes and fresh meat.
it's not reacting the way it's supposed to or properly. So that's what we're getting, kind of like a hit or miss about like some of the things. You can see that even though it doesn't show us that we're on it, see that? And then, so it's struggling, right? You see that? So it's on the iron sword. We get that one piece of it, we're just not getting the rest of it. So that is something. See the boots, and the iron ore, right? And then if we wanted to look at those books, we could. So we're only getting, you know, there's boots over there. See that? Oh, we still have. And honestly, it could be an issue with kind of some, I don't want to say conflicts, but it could be an issue with, say, immersive first person and, you know, one of those mods there, right? So which is causing other issues. And you can see, so it partially works and then partially does not work. So that in truth is kind of unfortunate, right? Because that does play a major role in how we're going to feel about how, going forward with this list and what we're willing to tolerate and put up with. We're gonna run out of picks here. You see how it automatically goes to there instead of just sticking with the quick loot, and then so that could be what's happening right now. The quick loot and the immersive first person or the whatever UI is clashing right now. That's what that, for lack of a better term, they're conflicting right now, and so you're not getting kind of, see right now there's something else here that keeps popping. I don't know if that's just the book that's popping for us. That's the book right there. So you can see something's going on with the UI, the first person view. It doesn't matter if it's first person or third. Yeah, there's something totally off, and it's just not working the way it's supposed to. And then
There's dried blood on the ground over here. Old, though. It's quite
so
crusty.
it's several things all put together.
I understand an animal getting trapped in the pit, but how would a man with clear
Evening?
eyesight ever fall
All
for
right.
the same trap?
I'm prepared if you are.
See, right now, see, it keeps putting me on her when I'm not trying to be on her.
Ah, there you are.
See, there it is.
I'll be here.
So, and then, like I said, it's something. It's like they're conflicting right now, and they're just not working well together. It's the first person, the quick loot, and the UI. So basically, trying to capture or represent properly where my eye is pointing, where I'm actually pointing to. And it's not doing that. It's not doing that. Alright, where's Vanessa? So, first things first.
Of course.
I gotta lighten the load a little bit. Blade sword, we can put away. Hunting bow, I think we can put away. Alright, we got 9 of these. Yeah, let's just put a bunch of those away. The swimming lizard fossil. Yeah, we can put that away. The order shield. We could put anything, we could put away anything that we're not intending on selling right off the bat. Okay. Daggers. I mean, we got a lot of books. Okay. Here we go. I think that's the last of them.
It would seem so.
Want to pick up where we left off?
No. But if it puts your mind at ease, very well.
You seem uncomfortable.
Oh, no bother.
Wait a minute. You aren't already involved with someone else, are you?
Nosy one, huh?
Yeah. Are you?
There is no one else.
Oh, well, great. Then you're available.
Yes. It's never felt the same since my girlfriend died.
Oh.
It's been a long time since I've been with anyone else.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not any of your bother, so I don't see what you're apologizing for.
Well, you haven't found anyone since then.
I haven't in over 50 years.
Oh my goodness, 50 years. That's a long time, Janessa.
It is a lonely thing. Even for a Dunmer, that seems like an eternity.
Yeah.
I miss it terribly.
Well, was your love for her that strong?
Oh, yes. Knew a girl with hair of gold. I called her fair, she called me bold. It's as though a part of me is missing. I don't like talking about this.
Well, can I ask what happened to her?
I think I've said enough.
Look, I wasn't aware. Maybe we should just forget about everything. Forget about all this.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Look, I made you uncomfortable without knowing your situation. I don't want to add to it.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
That might be so, but that doesn't change anything. I have a deal with you, and that's something I definitely understand.
Look, I'm attracted to you, right? And I want to stand up together.
And I intend to do that despite my feelings.
What? Okay, I see.
Good. Now, enough. Looks like we got ourselves a lead. Let's go.
Okay. I'm gonna take the poacher's axe because it's worth some
The
money.
deeper we go, the richer the reward.
But you can see right here where the so you can see right here, it is definitely a problem with the either the UI or whatever. Could be a problem.
Feels like this place has been abandoned for a long
it's
time.
not as responsive, or it's not working to how we want it. What is this? Your health regeneration is 50%. Stamina regeneration.
These bandits are worth nothing.
Weapon. It says curse. So what is the curse? What does it need? What do I need? A black soul gem. Okay, eating fire salts with this guy. I don't know what these do. These are no armor. So this is no armor effect. They're worth a lot. They don't do anything. We've seen it. It doesn't do much for you. Ah, now I get it. So this vest will go with the pants set if we wanted to do that. I am very curious, but I don't know if I want to expend the amount of resources. I don't know what this does. It doesn't do really anything. unfortunately, I'd rather have this mess with no change than the one that we have with changes. Looking for the pants. Are these like earrings? Oh, go on the back. Body back. Okay. Let's get him out. What was that gonna make? Alright. Okay. It is annoying. You know, that piece there. It is late at night. It's 11 at night. So what we will do is lay down. Look, and again, boom. That's it. Oh yeah, we gotta figure that out. We gotta figure it out. Where's my two-handed? There we go. Up. What's her health look like? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll keep going up. Did I see that right? Two-handed did not go, or did not stay. It didn't stick. Okay, there we go. All right, smithing. Let's get that up. Three. Nice. All right, so let's get over here. One, two. It's one or the other. This one or this one. We'll get sneaking eventually. But right now,
You've done well.
oh, thank you. We'll see the next time we start up, like if it fixes itself.
Don't get too far ahead.
See, so right over here, gotta get that hitbox just right.
Do we need torches? We shouldn't need torches, right?
She's just standing around. Is she actually helping or doing anything? She may be broken too. Alright, we gotta eat.
The tundra is ripe with game if you're stealthy enough.
Alright, so real quick, and then we can call it. So down here, so there's the letter to Janessa. We didn't read it, but, and I'm looking to see. Dozen bottles of skooma delivered to Delvin Mallory. Here, and then so get back the documents from the White River Watch bandits. So that's
Birdsong has a way of making me feel happy and sad at the same time. Makes me miss something I've never had, you know?
Oh, and look, there's a shard on it. Okay. So guys, this is it. This is a Morris Adventures. Okay? And, you know, I don't know what's going on with that Lycia person. She seems glitched. Right? Either that or she's following way behind and she chooses she chooses when she wants to actually participate and be a part. So right now, I'm not so much worried about her. I got these two. When we restart the next time I jump into here, I'm hoping that's gonna fix some of the things that are glitching out right now, and hope that it's just a matter of so much stuff has happened and gone on that, yeah, we're just losing some features and some functionality, and that will all come back with a restart. But so far, the biggest issue that we're facing right now is lag. We're just running into a lot of lag here, and is it okay? I'm not the happiest with it, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I still think we could probably get a couple more episodes out of here at least, and maybe even see if we can push forward and get a pretty lengthy run here. I have, like, even if you look at the first time that I tried to do this, I had nothing against the list. I like the idea of this one and Whisper of Mara. I love the concept, the idea behind them, what they want, what they are trying to do. It really just comes down to, can we do it stable, with stability, and get things to just play nicely together. And so that is really what we're facing at this point. As you can see, there's still a lot of work for me to do as far as tweaking some things, and then maybe I need to go in and visit some pieces to say, do we really need that, or do we really need this? But I love having Janessa with me. I'm glad that we found Ferris. And of course, it's going to be very interesting as we keep running into more and more things to do with the Amorous Adventures. Like I said, that's one of my favorite editions. Like, when I usually play it, I usually run it with the clean version. So that is going to be interesting here as well. So yeah. So guys, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.